Okay. Hey, here's my goal, you guys. My name's Kim, and I actually was a teacher for 13 years. I started this campaign seriously only 3 years ago, and it was for my school, which is in Byron, California, which is only like an hour away. It's like a population of like 13,000 students. And then it just became a national program. This is my first year of doing this full time. I literally made it for my 600 students, and now it's becoming, I think I've spoken to, they just told me the number I didn't want to know for a while, but I'm at 220,000 students. And so that's something I just want to make sure you know. Arden was definitely one of my first, so yeah. Here's the thing, what I'm here to show you guys as a teacher is, I didn't know what that world was until I started seeing it, until the students started showing it to me. And I wanted you guys to know it to empower you, not to scare you. Because here's the thing, you can't throw, this is how they're communicating now, right? We can't just throw it away, it's not going away. But what we can do is empower you and empower your child. And that's what I'm here for, and so I gave you that handout to hopefully if you guys feel that way. I might talk fast. If I do, just throw your hands up. You're on a roller coaster ride to tell me to slow down. But my goal is to hopefully get to the point at the end to even maybe show you guys like Snapchat, because a lot of people are just scared of Snapchat and don't even know what it looks like. So I can actually pull up Snapchat for you guys can actually see it. So we can hopefully, again, not get you scared. I'm single, and my mom is always scared of me because I walk in the alleys. Right? She's like, don't ever go out at night. No, I'm going to go out at night. I'm just not going to walk down dark alleys, right? It's just those kind of simple things. I'm going to show you guys some stuff, but hopefully just empower you so you can have those kind of conversations with your child. Here's the thing is, these things are called social media sites. If you don't know what they are, here's some of them. These are the main ones that students use. Twitter is really big in high school. It's just a simple thing. You can actually have a video about 30 seconds long. Kik is a free texting app that if you are on Wi-Fi, you can actually use that. This is just regular text messages, but what they're able to do now is they can do group messaging. So they can, have it where they message 10 to 15 people. Up to, I think it's like, it had a group message with like 27 people. So I'm not sure even know if there's a limit. Snapchat is this one where it's literally, the picture can last up to 10 seconds long. They can also have a video. You can add little different things to it. Ask FM is like where it's supposed to be where they can ask questions anonymously. Vine is a small video clip that lasts about 8 seconds and just repeats. YouTube, this is called Voxer. This is actually my favorite one right now. And what I use it, perfect. What I use Voxer for is a walkie-talkie app. So you can actually walkie-talkie and I can text, you can send pictures. So I actually use it with my nieces all the time because I like people to hear my voice and not just text them. So this is my favorite one. I use it with the coworkers as well. It's called Voxer. This is called Periscope. This is a new one with Twitter where you can actually watch live streams on Periscope. Just regular cameras is also a social media thing. They can take pictures, right? Facebook is mainly for adults now, but college students are now using it way more. Businesses as well. Instagram is actually owned by Facebook. This is one that you can actually post videos about 15 seconds. And then Tumblr is just another small thing. So these are all like the major ones that the students use. So the big one, if you guys see on the questions, is what kind of social media sites do you use? Making sure you find out what they are using. The thing is, these are called social media sites, and I hope you teach your kid, don't hang. I had a kid who told me he flat out got off one of these sites, and I asked him why. He goes, in real life, I don't let people be rude to me. Why am I allowing it here? He goes, in real life, I don't hang out with fake people. Why am I doing it here? Because so many people have fake accounts. He goes, in real life, I don't like hanging out with inappropriate people. Why am I doing it here? So what he did was he got off one of these sites because of those 3 reasons. And at first he went through this whole anxiety thing, his friends weren't going to be friends with him anymore because he was getting off that site because everybody else was using it. But he realized that when he did that, how much power he had, because his friends actually followed his lead and they did the exact same thing for the same reasons. And this is the thing, I hope we can start teaching our kid again, is empowering them and making them make those decisions. And that's the piece that I was finding because they were doing these things, because how many guys in here are slightly addicted to a cell phone? How many guys can admit to it who's slightly addicted? Congratulations, you took the first step of addiction, right? You admit it. Second step is now doing something about it. And this is the thing, is we started having people start stacking their phones. When you're hanging out with your family, stack your phones. When you're having dinner, stack your phones. When you're having a family conversation or watching TV, stack your phones. When you're on a road trip, stack your phones. Whoever touches it first has to do the dishes, has to spell their name out with their butt. I don't know, make it funny. Right? It's simple things we need to start showing. Because here's the thing, you've already replaced all these things. Don't let it replace your family time too. And here's number one, best advice I can give you is don't let them take their phones to their bedroom. Have them put it at the kitchen counter. No, at night, my apologies, at night. Their alarm clock shouldn't be their phone. Their alarm clock should be an alarm clock. Because here's the thing, just like my mom always taught me, nothing good happens after, I always got mad, right? I was that senior girl who my curfew was midnight because my mom told me nothing ever good happens after midnight. It's true. And it says peace, and then we start realizing nothing good happens after a certain time on social media either. And there is research that's showing it, that they're getting less sleep because they're looking at their phone. And just when you look at a phone, right, your eyes, or TV, your eyes turn on, and they don't shut off. So it's just those simple things that I'm hoping we kind of make sure you guys do, because they were telling me all these things that were messed up. This is called I Can Help, because I truly like to help people. And they were telling me they were seeing these kind of things online. This is actually one of my former students. Her name is Ashley. She's an incredible young lady. I actually not only taught her, but I coached her as well in volleyball. And I had one of my players show me this picture. And when I went to Ashley, because I'm here saying I'm about teachable moments. I'm not here to get mad at people, because I found out when you get mad at somebody, it doesn't help. Again, they're 13 years old. I had to deal with 11 to 14-year-olds that were constantly making mistakes. I'm 37, I'm still making mistakes. And this is the piece, is when I went to her, she goes, what? What's wrong with it? She really had no clue. And her mom, I will tell you this, and don't judge her, right? Because everyone's like afraid of being judged by other parents. Her mom knew she posted this. Her mom didn't think there was anything wrong with it. I had to explain to them, and they go, what's wrong with it? I'm holding a Sprite can. Because here's the piece you guys know, the story is why her mom didn't think there was anything wrong was she knew the background story. Ashley was picking up the recycling cans, she put it in a bag, she tripped and fell, spilled everywhere. Her 9-year-old brother took the picture. She thought it was funny. But she knew the background story, but from outsiders not knowing her, it looks like she's been drinking all those beers, looks like she's passed out. It was such a rough night, she couldn't even spell it right. Once I pointed that out, then her mom was like, oh my goodness, you better take that down right now, girl. And this is the piece that we want to sit there and we want to judge other parents right away. And we want to judge kids, we want to judge all these different people. And this is the thing, we just sometimes don't think. You gotta think about the things that you've done in your life, like, oh, I wasn't thinking. And so we had this conversation. The other piece I asked Ashley, I said, how many people do you have following you? Because the first thing she told me was this, I don't drink. I said, I might know that, but how many people do? She goes, probably 10 of my closest friends. So now all those people who do follow you think you possibly could have been. They have no clue because they don't know the background story. I did not drink until I was 21, but let me tell you, I knew my mom developed my pictures. So I purposely took pictures with me with a whole bunch of alcohol to see if she would say anything. It's those kind of things that I go, but I wanted her to see it to see if she would say something. That's what we do. We try to react something, get a reaction on people. She told me right away, though, she goes, my account is set at private. I only let people who follow me that I actually know. If your kids' accounts are not set at private, please do. There are so many creepy people in the world. This includes you as well. Please make sure you guys have your accounts set at private. If you guys don't know this, I had a friend who had a picture of their kids up online, and one of her friends, who's a newspaper person, journalist, used her picture. And she got mad right away. And he says, your account is set at public. That means anybody can come and take a picture off of your site without asking permission. If you had it set at public or private, I would have to ask your permission. So just make sure you guys know the laws and the legalities on that piece. If you want your kid to have it private, then you better make sure you have your accounts set private. There's a lot of creepy people in the world, they have fake accounts. The second reason she told me that she has her accounts set private is because she's about quality over quantity. And I'm hoping we start teaching our kids more about that she'd rather have 4 quarters in her pocket than 100 pennies. She'd rather have 4 amazing friends who have her back and tell her when she's doing something messed up than 100 people who just know her Instagram name. And this is what I'm finding out, is they just care how many followers they have. They don't care who they are. They just want followers. They just want numbers. Where I'm trying to teach them, you need to have people who actually have your back, that will tell you when you're doing something stupid, not just someone who just knows you, because the more people you have following you, as celebrities will find out, the more people who try to damage you, and then will try to use you. The other thing is making sure you asking your kid, what are you liking? Because here's Ashley, she got 96 likes. She said, oh yeah, I was in a like competition to get the most likes. I was winning. When you like something, you're saying, I approve of that message. My name is, because here's the thing, I can simply click on that, and all those 96 names come up. I can find out exactly who liked that picture. They said, my name is, I approve this message, is all right with me. Keep posting more pictures of you looking like you're underage drinking. So making sure you realize, making sure you have that conversation, what are you liking? That kind of conversation. Because here's the other thing, 85% of colleges, and this number is increasing, are hiring full-time employees who are checking social media sites. Not just for athletics, but for academics as well. I had a senior who flat out told me that she went to go visit a college, they pushed over a binder. Inside the binder was every single thing she's posted since she was in 6th grade, when she opened up her accounts. They're looking for 3 things. Number 1 is pictures. What kind of content are they posting? Because it says a lot, right? Pictures say 1,000 words. The second thing is profanity. Words. Are they swearing? I am so shocked to see what kind of things these students use on text that they think is just between 2 people. Any text message can be shown to any single person. It can be shown to your parents, it can be shown to your grandparents, it can be shown to the principals, and yes, it can be shown to cops. These are the things you need to start telling them, that anyone can take a screenshot of anything and show that to anybody. That is not private anymore. This is the thing that they just forget about, that anyone can see it. The third thing is attitude. Are they constantly bashing on things, complaining about stuff? The number 1 people who are victims of this? Adults. They want to go online, they want to complain. If you do it, it means your child's going to do it too. So just make sure you guys realize this. This is also companies. Here's the future, what big CEO companies are doing now. You come in for an interview, they take your picture. They take your picture because now they do is a facial recognition search to see what kind of pictures are out there of you. So if you have no social media sites, if any of your family or your friends or your company has posted any pictures of you, it'll come up. Because companies are getting tired of hiring people who are getting drunk or are not coming to work. You know, they're saying they're sick and they're at the beach. They're getting tired of those kind of people, of hiring those people. And obviously everyone's posting everything up on social media. So this is the future. So if you want your kid to find out what it's like to be a super celebrity, they're about to find out, because that's where the future is going. Is they're going to be making sure they do a facial recognition search on each of their employees. Here's the thing is, I had a parent, last time I was here, I had a parent who flat out told me he checked his kid got asked to homecoming. And when his kid got asked to homecoming, first thing first was they went right to the social media site. Thank you for laughing, you're finally getting it. Went right to the social media site and they wanted to see who this person was. They want to see what they talk about. Who is this person? Because how many of you guys in here are the type of parent who wants to know who your kid hangs out with? If you're the type of person who wants to know who your kid hangs out with in real life, why don't we find out who they hang out in fake life, right? In social media life. Because let me tell you, yes, if my daughter was trying to date someone that says, you make me this, right? That's a no. This is the piece, and when you guys start realizing is you do need to check people's social media sites and see who they're hanging out with. Is the right people. That's another world. You need to get into their world and see what it is. Because here's the other thing that they're posting. They're posting pictures like this. I mean, even this one says, don't tell my mom. I mean, they're doing things like this. This is the piece. I want you guys to realize that this is actually from a horror movie. It's just like a silhouette. So I'm just going to tell you guys that these are all real. I do not show these to students and for school things. I show it to the parents because I just want to make sure you guys see the world they get into. I mean, here's someone who posted it. They said mood. If you don't know what DM means direct message me. It means private message me. So right there, they're like, I can't sleep. You know, you guys send me a message. Are you okay? And then all they respond back is, I'm just going to go to sleep. Would you be able to go to sleep when this is what's going on? I've had so many students who come to me with this, because if you guys don't know this already, we are on an extreme high of anxiety, suicides, cutting, depression. We are in super highs because of so many things that are going on. I was with a senior at an event called Safe Internet Day down at Universal Studio. We went on one ride. It took us about 40 minutes. And she gets out and brings a man and she looks at me and she goes, you want to know what anxiety is? I said, yeah. And she goes, look at this. She had 250 messages in that 40 minutes because she's done 3 group messages with her AP classes in high school. 250 messages in 40 minutes. They have so much anxiety because they're constantly being bombarded. They're constantly, and then here's the thing. She goes, and my friends get mad at me when I don't respond back. Every single kid has, because here's the thing, how many of you guys get mad at your kid when they don't respond back right away? Right? And now that you guys get mad at them, their friends think that they can get mad at them too. My niece, I was hanging out with her, and I was at that point where I wanted to throw her phone out the window because she was just constantly on it, and it was felt like I wasn't hanging out with her. And she did, she told me, she's like, well, one of my friends is suicidal, and my other friends, they get mad when I don't respond back. What do we do? And we kind of had this conversation. I said, but at the same time, you need to be able to live your life. You need to be able to go and have fun with us, and you can't have fun if you're just connected to this the entire time. So she actually came up with it on her own. She actually sent a message to all of her friends. She said, hey, tomorrow I'm going to be hanging with my aunt all day. I'll be able to send you a message at this time. And at dinner time, she asked, can I be excused so I can go send those messages? I said, absolutely. Did she text during the day? Yes, but guess what? It was way less than it was before. We need to go back to, this is the time I'm going to be checking with you. Can you tell me what your day is like so I know? And let me tell you, the number one place that kids get messages from, during school hours, from their parents. Why are we texting during school hours? Set your schedule up at the beginning of the day. Because that's the number one. If they're doing it during school, if you're doing it with you, guess who they think they can do it with? Their friends? Anybody. This is the kind of things we need to set them up for success. And we're not doing that right now. It's this piece, when we got to start realizing we're expecting so much from them, and we're setting them for failure, because it's not happening. So I'm just hoping you guys see this. Here's the other two. These two girls set this up. Again, I couldn't tell if this was real. I couldn't tell if these guns were real because these actually ended up being airsoft guns. But when I showed them to the cops, I said, how am I supposed to know that? I go, Kim, that's the thing. Guns, when we were growing up, were bright orange, right? We knew they were fake. These guys, you can't tell what's real and isn't because all they do is take off the red tip and you can't tell if they're not. Thankfully, we were able to, when I turned into the cops, they were able to go show up to the girl's house. And just so you guys know too, they didn't go to the people who liked it, they went to those 12 people's houses as well. Just because they want to make sure it's very known, this stuff is not okay, they don't approve. But it's those kind of conversations that we need to make sure we're having with our students, what should be allowed. The other thing is what they're liking, like they shouldn't care about how many likes they get, because again, it's like this approval thing. Like if you get, no likes, I'm ugly, and then if I get all these likes, I'm jaw-dropping. We need to make sure we go back to self-confidence. Look what this girl says. She's like, I don't care what other people say. It's just these kind of conversations we forget about. My nieces, they're just turned 13, actually. I have twin nieces that live in Sweden. And when they were 12, they were flat out telling me, like, why aren't you liking your own pictures? That's another like. You need another like. They cared about how many likes they had. I've even had some students who've been taken down a picture because it didn't have enough likes. And then later on, they put it back up to see if they got more likes. We need to teach them to just be proud of, why did you put that up there and just be proud of it? Don't worry about it. But how many likes you have, because here's the thing, this young lady, she's an Australian superstar. She became Insta famous, actually. She's a teenager. She became Insta famous. She had millions of followers. Millions of people follow her. And about 4 months ago, she went public saying she's going to get rid of all of her social media sites. The reason why? She got so addicted to these sites. She constantly was on Instagram. She was constantly making pictures. She was constantly doing these different things, and she became actually anorexic. She became depressed. She became super mean to her family. And I love what she did. Before she got rid of her site, she edited her post, and here's what one of them says. Not real life. Took over 100 summer poses trying to make my stomach look good. Would have hardly eaten that day. Would have yelled at my little sister to keep taking them until I was somewhat proud of this. Yep, so totally #goals. On this one, she admits that she used several apps to make this one look so good. My sister, she showed me an app where it's called the Perfect Selfie. And totally can take away all of your wrinkles, it can take away everything, and it's just right there. The Kardashian girls, I know they use it as well. Here's the thing, I try to tell my 4 nieces, there's no such thing as a perfect person. But now because of technology, you can definitely take the perfect picture. You think about it, when I was growing up, like my parents would take forever to get that perfect picture, right? Of our family photo. And then now you look back at it and you're like laughing because our hair is like off the hook. Now you look at family photos, you're like, how did you get the best family picture? And they're like, are you kidding me? Do you know what they were doing beforehand? They were like ripping each other's clothes off and whatever else. But you just have to sit there and you keep taking them until you know you have that perfect picture. And technology helps you. I have 2 former students who are now models, and they full on tell me that they've shown me pictures of them, they don't even look like them. Because they can edit everything. They can make their necks longer, they can make their eyes crazy. If you go on Dub YouTube videos, there's all kinds of amazing videos you can show them. How do you guys take some awesome, really awkward pictures of your family, right? And I love it. I love taking pictures of my friends and my family, and they're like, really, Kim? You're gonna use that one? I'm like, yes. But here's the piece that we need to teach them is this. It is now illegal to take anyone's picture without their permission. It is illegal to post anything without someone's permission. Perfect example is Snapchat. A lot of students, what they're doing is they'll take pictures during class, and they'll take pictures of somebody, and then they'll circle and do those different things, and then they'll send it without that person's permission. It's making fun of them, and they've gotten in trouble now. Any screenshot can now be used in court against anybody. I was using Snapchat because my friends, we totally got into it because we have to use them, right, to figure out how to do it. And one of my friends, Carissa, she's obsessed with guys who have man buns. You guys know what I'm talking about, the little hair buns, right? She thinks they are so ridiculous. She gets so angry when she's like, that is the ugliest hairdo ever. She gets all mad, and I think they're hilarious. I think any guy who can rock some funny new hairdo, I'm like, yes, that is awesome. And I give them high fives. So what I was doing was I was going to concerts, and I'd see one, and I'm like, yes, a man bun. And I would take it like a creeper shot, right, from far away. And I'd be like, and then what I was doing, I was like circling it. I'm like, man bun, labeling it on Snapchat, okay? Labeling it all over, and then I would send it to Carissa. And then I froze, and I go, here's what I'm doing. I'm taking a picture of a man I don't know, creeper, circling a body part, labeling it, and sending it to my friends for my enjoyment. Would I want someone to do that to me? And this is the piece they don't get. They just think about the humor, they just think about the entertainment, they just think about all these different things, but they don't think about the actual person who's in that picture. We need to go teach them how to be humans. How to be humans first, before comedians. And it's some of those simple moments that, again, I'm still 37, I'm still learning these things myself. And I'm hoping we can make yourself as real as you possibly can. Because here's the other one, if you guys saw this story. He was in Africa, this photographer's in Africa, left his camera down, this monkey took a picture of himself. PETA went to his defense saying, it is now illegal, you cannot use pictures without someone's permission. So the photographer said, hey, it's a monkey. So the court appealed, he has to give so much money to PETA to help with the monkey. I mean, so just to show you guys, I mean, this is what they're going with. These are the rules that they're having to deal with. Because here's the thing, this picture was taken on Snapchat, and how I can tell is by the 3 seconds up here. You can set it up for how long you think it would last. Here's the piece, they think it truly just disappears in 3 seconds. Here's reality. Reality is this. Every electronic device, including gaming consoles, so all the gaming consoles that they can sit there and they can talk and forth back into, it's a computer. It logs every single thing they do, everything they say, everything where they go. It doesn't just disappear. Even if they erase the web history, it's not gone, it's still embedded inside there. It's called a digital footprint. It tracks it. Perfect example is pictures. I can look at a picture, I can delete it. Is it gone? It goes to recently deleted photos. Then I have to go there and I delete it from there. Is it gone now? I might not be able to see the surface, but it still is inside that phone. Of course, after so many months, it does finally kind of go away, but if the cops have to get involved in an investigation, it can be brought up. It's going to take a lot of different things, but I'm just telling you guys, we can start teaching them that nothing is safe in a phone, and they really think that. If your kid does not want to give their phone to you, they're obviously hiding something, and that should not is okay. Nothing should be, your phone should just be able to be handed over to anybody, honestly. They should be able to teach them that your phone should be given to anybody. There shouldn't be anything safe on there. Privacy, I mean, that's just one of those things we need to make sure we kind of teach them. Nothing is safe on a phone because of all the tracking stuff that's happening on there. I mean, even a GPS, every single thing can be traced because of GPS. I mean, that's kind of how crazy it is. The second piece is anybody can take a screenshot now. So someone took a screenshot of this, and what they did was they put it up on Twitter. This is the thing. I never wanted to refer myself to, I didn't want to be like a bullying thing, because that word is so overused. But here's the piece. There's so much difference between now and when we grew up. Here's the reason why. I can say this to anybody, to their face, and it's damaging, it's hurtful, they could probably get over it. But here's the difference with what your kid's going through. When they put this up online, anybody can take a screenshot of this, anybody can post this up. Now not just one person is seeing it and hearing it, it is like thousands and thousands of people. It's getting spread all over. That's why it is so much more damaging. When we had our very first story get posted, the very first person who wrote something underneath it was an older gentleman who said this: teenagers nowadays just need to grow a pair. This is the thing they just don't understand. Like, it's so much more damaging with what they have to go through, because that many more people get to see it, not many more people experience it and see it, and they think it's that much more damaging, they feel that much more alone than if you were just by yourself and someone said it to me. So it's just those kind of conversations I hope you guys realize. I had a high school that contacted us. We have an 800 number for schools. It's not for parents, it's for schools, but parents do sometimes call. But we work with the schools directly if they have any kind of bad sites that kind of go up, so we help take them down faster so that they don't have the damaging effect on people. So we had a school contact us on this one because, you know, it says HHS what not to wear. When they first contacted us, we told them it's okay. They can actually have this one because it's a freedom of speech. They sit there and they talk about, you know, you can't wear white in the wintertime, or you shouldn't wear polka dots with stripes, right? That's okay, that's an opinion. But when we were able to take action and actually help report this and take it down, because we are affiliated with, we're partners with all the social media sites. We're on their security teams. We were able to take it down when anybody started posting pictures. So once they put a picture up of a student, even though I couldn't see their head, we could see their bodies. Now that's considered slander, they're making fun of that person, we can help take that down. That's when they're actually attacking somebody. So we're able to report it and help take it down. So that's the whole difference with freedom of speech. So just making sure you're kind of teaching your kids. Because a lot of times they think it's like, oh, well, we're just having fun. Anytime you're making fun of somebody, that's considered slander. And it's messing with their reputation, that's not okay, that's when it gets illegal. Uh-oh. One second. Something. All right. How this started, you guys, was someone started a fake Instagram or Facebook page, one of my teachers. It went on for like a couple weeks, had thousands of followers. Till one girl finally came to me saying, hey, I know who this person is. I'm going to turn this person in. I'm going to do it publicly. My mom's making me. And when that happened, apologies, let me just turn this music off. When that happened, she was really scared because she's like, I don't want to say anything because people are going to make fun of me. One second. So they were sitting there, you know, like they're afraid that they're going to get made fun of, right? And this is the number one thing I was hearing as teachers is, well, I don't want my kid to get drawn out because I don't want to get them made fun of. And I totally get that, but here's the thing, we have to get them back where they can be comfortable and saying this is the right thing to do. And right now they're not. And so that one girl changed our school forever because she made it very clear. Because I had to tell her flat out, you're going to find out who your real friends are and who your real friends aren't. Your real friends will have your back because you're making the right choice, because you never want anybody to make a fake page on you. Let me tell you, she is still close friends with those friends who have her back. And she's a junior this year. She actually just went to my old school and spoke with me a couple weeks ago. Because here's the thing, the coolest piece was the next year, someone made a fake Instagram. Unfortunately, made a fake Instagram page on the exact same teacher. The difference was nobody followed. And the reason why is because right away people went on there and they said, our name is Ethan, we're going to tell the school secretary. My name is Newber, this is really mean. My name is Haley, this is not cool. And they reported, there's 3 dots in the bottom, that's how you report things. It was shut down in 40 minutes. So they had no problem going on there saying, my name is, I don't approve. We need more students who can do this. And here's the piece, the best advice is, that I always tell students when they get scared because they're not sure, text your friends saying, hey, I'm about to say something on here, can you back me up? And then now they have 3 people or 4 people who say something, and now it makes that much more and they take it down. So then you say, hey, I'm going to text my friends and make sure you report it out, kind of a thing. So that's kind of what they're doing, and that's kind of what they happen. The other piece is what information they be posting online. Here's a young man, one of my former students, Justin, got this check from his grandpa. He left his grandpa's address, left his grandpa's bank address, left his grandpa's signature, and here is the routing number. So me, as any kind of person, says, thanks, Grandpa. This is the piece they don't understand is what information should be shared. Because number one is this, phone numbers, addresses, passwords, check numbers, student IDs. I mean, they're constantly saying things like this. I lost my contacts, guys. Can you guys send me your numbers? Here's my numbers, here's my email. I mean, they're right away, they're giving these things. This is the age group, that this is the number one people who are attacked online. Because they're the dumb ones. They put information they should not be sharing. I mean, they get their permit, they take a picture of their new permit, it has their permit number, it has their entire home address, it has everything. I mean, they're just not smart. They don't think these things through. So just making sure you guys make that very clear. The number one things too, please, please, please tell them to have good passwords and not to share it with their best friend, because you know how that works. Their best friend next week will not be their best friend. They should only be sharing passwords with you. Make sure it's very secure. Make sure it has like one capital letter, not 1, 2, 3. You know, one of those things that you, not Justin Bieber, okay? I know his concert's coming up. And I love that they train them. They send me a direct message and they ask me, what do I do? I had a lawyer who taught me the best conversation they usually have to have with people is when you ask someone to borrow clothes, if I ask her to borrow, hey, can I borrow your sweater? How many days do you think she's allowed me to wear that sweater for? 1 day. Is she allowing me to wear, have that sweater for all week, all month, all year? And is she allowing me to use that and then hand it off to my other friend? Who then is allowed to hand it off to another friend, and who's allowed to hand it off to another friend? It's just those simple things we need to have that conversation and making sure we understand what that means. Because it's not, that conversation is not there, and it's getting lost. We did have something on my Facebook page that talks about it too. It was like a YouTube video clip. It was all about tea. Having tea, same kind of things. If I ask someone to have tea, if they say yes, that means yes. If they say no, do I still make it for them and then pour it down their throat? I mean, if they said, I'm not sure, you make it for them, that they want to take it, they can take it. If they don't want it, then they don't want it. So it's just like a cute little video that was simple to watch for middle schoolers. Because here's what's happened. I had a young lady who sent me this. The very first thing that she started talking to a guy. When I mean by talking, it's texting. The very first thing was to ask her is, how far have you gone? She says it's none of your business. He then kept asking her and asking her and asking her. He then said, she finally says, I also don't think it's very respectful when guys always ask girls that. He then says, hey, but you should tell me, I won't say anything or like judge you. He said, and so here's the thing, I won't tell you, I won't judge you. How many of you have heard someone say, I won't tell anyone? And then what do they usually do, right? And this is the piece we need to make sure we teach them. Or hopefully, if you're a young lady, you're hoping that she's exactly like this, where she says it's none of your business. But you look, you can see, and he kept asking over and over again. So we need to have that conversation. If you have a young lady, making sure they know how to respond. Because a lot of times, when I sit down at the table with them, they have no clue. They have no clue what to say. So we are trying to get funding so we can make YouTube videos to be able to make it easier for parents to have these kind of conversations. Same thing, if they have a young man they're trying to raise, what happens if the girl sends them pictures without him asking? How is he supposed to respond? And I've asked young men this, and they give me answers like, I respect you way more than when you send me these pictures. These kind of simple conversations we need to have so we can have that, because here's the piece is adults are practicing it too. I had a friend who, she got in a car accident at school in the parking lot, right? Because parking lots are always crazy. You need to drop off and pick up. And she never paid. So she got the lady's information, she never paid. So what does she do? Again, it goes back to shaming people. She posted up on Facebook. She went on her Facebook page, found her picture. She had her business cards. She had her driver's license insurance. And she had her realtor insurance somewhere, put it up. And outed her. Because that's supposed to solve everything, right? But this is exactly what students are doing to their friends and people that they're not friends anymore, is they out people. So if we're doing it as adults, we're teaching them it's okay to do it. So I'll tell you right now, what I did as an adult, I sent her a direct message and just basically said it's really hard to do when adults do this on social media, and we're trying to teach kids. So then she quickly did take it down. We need to have these kind of courageous conversations with people. And sometimes they teach your kid to take a direct message. I had one parent, when she was in group message, her kid was getting horrible messages in the group text, and she said, finally, she said, tell them your mom monitors your text. So once they did that, then the kids completely changed their tone. So it's just those simple things, setting your kid up for success of how they can handle things, because here's the piece, we need to teach our kids that, yeah, there is a good thing called good karma. Right? I mean, we have to tell them that, and we have to make sure that they understand it, that they know what that is. So you have to treat people how you want to be treated, because let me tell you, it's a full circle. Complete full circle. I mean, we got to teach them how to talk to people and how they can change their words. I mean, instead of saying things I don't understand, what am I missing? This is too hard. This may take some time and effort. I mean, they constantly want to go right to the negative and start teaching them how to change those kind of words. Here's what my counsel's about. You as adults, making sure we're posting only positive things and saying positive things. I know it's hard. I know you have rough days, right? My friends just give me this simple hashtag to remind me to be positive. Making sure we don't post about it. Talk to people, vent to people in real life, not online. Report anything inappropriate. It's pretty simple. There's buttons. We've made it easier. The reporting process, we've made it easier, especially for the parents who don't ever go on there. We try to make it as easy as you can. You can also tag us. You tag at symbol. You can tag us. That makes it easier. We can help see it. Making sure you block inappropriate people. Inform students and adults. Up here I have cards. If you guys get our information out, before you guys leave, if you guys can, post something up that you were here so we have more people, because obviously we had 10 last time and look how many we have now. So thank you for some of you guys did your job and got the information out. Stop negative talk with positive. Say, hey, I actually think they're pretty awesome, right? If someone says they're stupid. Just simple things you guys can do. My friend James here, goes by Jimmy online, but James, he was one of those dads who wants to pull out a shotgun every time, right? And he asked me, he's like, Kim, what do I do? Because my daughter keeps getting made fun of on social media and I want to say something, but she keeps saying, Dad, stay out of it, because when I go to school, they're like, oh, your dad has to fight your battles. So let me just kind of give you guys a little insight, right? This is his daughter, Sophia. This is her best friend from preschool, Malia. Malia goes to Liberty, and Sophia goes to Heritage. They were best friends since little, and now they go to separate schools. They play water polo against each other. They just got done playing. Sophia is right here, and she's like, good job, girl. Well, then all of her former friends who are guys, they also start saying things like this, like fags and you suck and all these different things, right? So my best advice to James was, just be present. Say something, just make them know you're there. So all he said, nice work, ladies. We'll see you for the rematch at Heritage Malia. Once he did that, they stopped the conversation of all the rude things. Next day, they didn't make any rude comments. Okay, so it's just those simple things that you guys can do. James has an Instagram account. I'm going to go through the parent things, but basically you don't have to. You can. Some people log in as their kid's account, which is totally fine. Here's the piece, though, for legal purposes: you are not allowed to comment as them. That's you're now being what's that called? Identity theft. You're pretending like you're somebody else. So it's okay. It's okay to be logged in as your kid as long as you're not commenting as them. You can help them comment, you can teach them what to say, but you can't comment as them because now you're taking their identity. That's like identity theft, and you're pretending like you're somebody else, okay? So it's those simple things you guys can do. On your notes, if you guys will look at the one sheet on the one side is the parent guidelines. I'm gonna give you guys a quick notes on those. So first is basically either follow or friend your child, making sure you know where they're at. Like if they're on Snapchat, make sure you're on there, see what they're doing. Look at their story. Go over information you shouldn't share. That's their address, right? Passwords. Check numbers, right? All phone numbers. Know your child's passwords. On all their devices, you should know their passwords, okay? Monitor your child's mobile phone use. That includes pictures. What kind of pictures are they taking? What kind of apps are they downloading? Check your privacy settings, security, the GPS. Like I said, if they post something on Instagram, if their GPS is on, that's the number one thing I'm gonna tell you guys to turn off, right? Because if they post that they're here at your house, I can tell that they're at your house. Okay, so take your GPS settings off. Talk to your child about who they friend. Okay, making sure that people actually do know them, because there's a lot of fake accounts. Talk about what a negative post is. People sometimes don't use this all for positive. And then explain this is not always used for fun. Okay, that people do use it. Unfortunately, there's going to be rude people in this world. That's going to happen. Okay, if you guys, the other thing, if you haven't done this is the other thing of best advice. Go to your parental controls and please set this up. Okay. I will say iPhones, proven they are the safest phones than Droids for teenagers. Just if you always have people who ask that. But Droids also can do the same thing. Every single phone, you can go to the settings and you can put in restrictions just like you would for TV. Make it so that their Safari, their internet access can't go to XXX rated sites. YouTube videos so that they can't watch over 18 videos. iTunes, they can't download explicit songs. They can't install apps unless they have your approval. Okay, so you guys can set all these things up in the settings. I apologize for the negative term, but if you are a techno, my friend came up with it, so if someone come up with a positive one, a techno-tard, you can come up with a positive word, I apologize, but if you're one of those, my best advice, go to your cell provider. So I have Sprint, whoever your provider is, and go and ask them to help you set this up, because that's the best way. Yeah. So I don't, but here's the thing. Number one is go to your cell provider, so Sprint, or go to YouTube, because the phones are constantly changing. Go to YouTube, type in your phone's name, parental controls, and that's how you can find it as well. Yeah, like how to set up parental controls on Samsung, whatever you have. Okay. No, because you have to put in a passcode. You have to put in your, don't forget that passcode too. Yeah. And then I just want to make sure you guys do know, people are using it for positives. I mean, a lot of schools. So this school actually started using I Can Help because they had a kid who did commit suicide, and 3 students at a basketball game on the opposite team who has it, they started shouting this kid's name out in a negative connotation. Well, the school got really offended. So they were like, the whole entire school is rude, right? But here's the thing, it's not the entire school, it was 3 students. And this is the piece I try to teach them, is positivity is way greater than negativity. Unfortunately, negativity can be louder. So I love that the school came together and they joined forces and they started showing them that yes, we can be positive. And they started taking pictures with this. So, I mean, social media can be used in a great way as well. I mean, here's the other thing, right? Is this a Snapchat? This made national news. Your kid has to be a digital first responder now. This young lady saw this, she took a screenshot of it, turned to her mom, who turned to the cops, and yes, this young man was planning a school shooting. I am going to tell you, unfortunately, a lot of the hate pages and the confession sites that get reported to us, the last person that the person wants to tell is who? Guess. Their parents. So I'm just going to tell you guys that flat out because I'm hoping you guys do think you have that connection. I'm hoping you guys just really tell them and just kind of constantly ask them. So make sure you guys are aware of that because that's a big piece. They wear their shirts to remind them to be positive. I did bring shirts if you guys want to buy them. I mean, and they're using them in a positive way. I just want you guys to see like how they are using it. There's our 800 number again, that's for schools. But I just want to make sure you guys know that we are partnered with all these different companies and it's increasing every single day on what we're doing. So those are kind of what we have. And then I just wanted to show you guys, hopefully I'm not over on time, I just want to show you guys Snapchat really quick, if that's okay. Really quick, let me show you guys the little pieces. Glenn, I can't see, so Glenn, if you can just be my eyes. Can you see anything? Okay, so let me show you guys first. Okay, so this is Snapchat, okay? So I have this little red box down here, everyone see that? So I had Glenn send me a picture. So there's, everyone see Glenn's name there? Yes? Yeah. Red box means it's a picture. If it's a purple box, it means it's a video. So Glenn sent us a picture. Up there, it's for 3 seconds, so he says, hello, awesome parents. But then I can also respond back to Glenn. Everybody look over here. Here we go, smile pretty. Boom. I can take a picture, and then I can set, look, there's the time. I can set how long I want to have the picture for. And then I can add little emojis. And I can put it on her head. And the guy next to, this lady over here is an angel, so good job because you've been paying attention. The people in the front row. I can add text. So I can move it anywhere I want. So I mean, that's kind of what they're doing and how they're playing with it. I can also draw things. Right? So, I mean, there's all kinds of things they can do. And then I can send it to whoever I want. Now, it says my story up here. If I put it up on my story, that means all my followers can see it. Or I can pick my people that I want to send it to, and I can do that. Okay? Or I can put it on my story. And then I just press send. So now they have it. I can tell if they opened it. If you go see Carissa here has a purple thing. She has not opened it because it's filled. Louise Colbert, hers is open, so that means she saw my video already. So she opened it. I can also go here, and I can look at stories. So here's my story. And look, my scoot life. I just got done scooting earlier here in Arden, and there you guys are. So that's what my story is. I just have 2 things that are in there. One's a video, one's a picture. I can look at other people. So if you want to be friends with people of your students, these are all their stories. And I did look at these ahead of time. Let me find one. And then I could, Mike Smith is a speaker as well. So he has it in there, it has different things. And he makes little videos. So it just shows their different stuff. And this is called a geotag. They can put their geotag on there as well. So like any different places, like if they're in Sacramento, I can usually find a Sacramento geotag. It's called a geotag right there. That's called a geotag. So yesterday was International Women's Day. So that's called a geotag. So like Sacramento has a geotag. When you go to Rio, yep, you can get it. There's an instant thing. So this is what Snapchat is. So to make sure you guys knew what that was. Anybody have any questions on Snapchat? Yeah.
The high schools have geotags too. Is you have any students that video with El Camino, if you've seen that. I know because they showed me and they said, Mr. Ray, can Arden have a geotag? I was like, not yet.
So does that automatically come up then as a geotag? If you
They slide it over, so let me see. Let me take a picture really quick. Yeah, so let me take a picture. So I take a picture, and if I slide it over, see how I can make it? I can make it black and white. I can make it, you're going 0 miles per hour. Slow, people. It's 54 degrees. It's 7:32. There's Sacramento's geotag. There might be another one. Nope, City of Sacramento, there's another geotag. And there's the International Women's Day one. So then they can sit there and they play with it, and they can decide which one they want to use. Yeah.
How long does the My Story stay there? Like,
For 24 hours. Yeah. Anything else on that one?
So if you don't open it, you were talking about some people you can tell that.
You can, yeah.
If they don't open it, it disappears in 24 hours.
No, it can stay, if they personally send it to you, it'll stay there until you open it up. Yeah. And then the thing is, you can replay it, and then what happens is they take screenshots of it so they can see it. So Snapchat actually made it so that they screenshot, they will tell you, but now there's apps that they make so that they can get past that kind of a thing. Yeah.
Do the benefits outweigh the risk of Snapchat? I just made my daughter delete hers because I just don't know if it's worth it.
Like I said, every single app is what you feel comfortable with. You're the parent. I have one parent who tells their daughter that they have to when they go check in the things, that put everything up on her story, because then she follows where she's at on her story. So that's what how she handles
If
it.
things disappear after so many seconds, can you still retrieve them later, or is it gone?
You can replay it, and you can now actually pay, like you can pay like something like 99 cents or something like that to replay something. You can have one replay a day for free. There's a lot of different things I can talk to you guys about that too at the end. It's one of those things, whatever you feel comfortable with. Obviously, less is one of those things. I did want to show you guys Instagram, just so you guys are aware of that one too, because I know that's a big one that they use in middle school as well. Just so you guys are aware of what that is. So here's Instagram. It shows, like, I have four messages. That's what the little bubble is. The 57 is I have 57 people who like my stuff. And then the other one was someone can tag me. So somebody tagged me in these two things, so it looks like there's a hate page going on. So, oh yeah. So, and then I have to go and like report it. So that's what that is. So someone's reporting this page that they think is probably bad, I think. This is not the real Lauren, so please shut it down. So that's what people do, is they'll tag me. What happens too is they can direct message. So here's what direct message looks like, is they can send a private message here. So that's what that is. Here's the cool piece about this though, is let's say there's direct messaging going on. If it gets really bad, a kid can add me into the account. So if it's like, so they're making rude things, they can add my name into the account so I can see it, and then I can comment as an adult. So that is kind of the neat thing, just so you guys can see what that looks like. This is Instagram. Sure. So if you go here to your home screen, and then the very top right corner, there's like a little box. That's what that is. And then these little dots means I haven't looked at them yet. It just says thank you. So, yeah. Right?
Does anybody know when you're adding someone?
Yeah, my name will come up, and it will say, that's the one thing I need to talk to Instagram about. I want them to not show who added us. So I am working with them. Like I said, I just had a conversation with them. Yeah.
With Instagram, that's one right now. Can anybody private message anybody, or is it for people that are following?
Yes, but so if you look, so somebody I'm not following right here, it says message request at the very top here. I am not following her, and so I have to approve it, so it says decline or allow. So, sorry, I don't know what she's, so she's asking me to take something down, so I have to allow it, and then I can respond back.
Okay, you can see.
Or I can decline it, yes.
Somebody you don't know, and
Correct.
you whatever you just decline.
Yes.
Okay.
I will approve it because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Yes.
I was trying to figure this out earlier today. If somebody is following, like my daughter's private account, she's allowed them to come on, but I don't want them to follow her anymore. Besides blocking them, is that the only way I can get them to not follow her, or can I make it so like I force them to follow?
You only can block it. Yeah. So those are the good things. If you guys want some other ones, this is here. Let me show you guys Voxer. Again, Voxer is that what I was telling you about. That's my favorite. I think it's important for you to talk to your kids, so that's why I like Voxer. So I can actually play back things with my nieces. I mean, here's the cool thing: is she can text me. I mean, I texted her, "What are your birthday plans?" Right? But here's the cool thing, right? Is she made this video for me. I mean, and she can put video up there too. I mean, that's the cool piece, is not only can she talk to me, she can... right? My nieces are crazy, I love it. But then here's...
What do you think?
I mean, so that's the cool piece about Boxer that I like, is I can actually hear her talk. I mean, and she's got a super cute, Swedish accent, and they live over in Sweden, and we're able to communicate back and forth. So that's why I like it, because we can actually hear each other's voices, because the pieces on texting, you're excited. And that's the big piece that it's hard. How many of you guys have sent a message and they took it a different way than you meant? Right? How many of you guys have received a message and they took it differently? Okay? So here's the piece I want you guys to know. I'm here. If you guys have questions, please ask. And up here is my cards and our stickers. If you guys want to be greedy, that's why I bring a whole bunch for you guys to take them for your coworkers or your neighbors, somebody, so that if they weren't here, that you can go get the information out to them.